I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. Well, just when we thought things couldn't get any better, they're about to. It's the knockout stage of the world's biggest tournament. And the constant complaints and cries about the sounds of the vuvuzelas long forgotten. The cries about the lack of scoring and the ball itself long forgotten. What we have is some great jaw-dropping drama that's going to continue to unfold. Now, nobody thought the United States were going to find themselves in the position that they're in right now. They are 2 victories away from the Final Four. Now, if you didn't get in on Uncle Sam before the tournament started, there's some great value with Bob Bradley's crew at 40-1. Are they a better side than anyone they're going to play? No, but a lot like the Germans, the United States are just finding a way to get it done. This despite the fact that every official from every country in the world besides the United States seemingly hates them. Now, let's talk about rivalries in sports. North Carolina Duke, yeah, that's all right. Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, pretty big. Toronto Maple Leafs, Montreal Canadiens, Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Michigan, Ohio State. You get the picture. Let's combine them all into one soccer ball, and what you have is your grandmother's bingo night next to England and Germany. They throw it down for the 28th time in their international plays history. England's come out on top 12 times, including the infamous 1966 championship. Now, this match is basically listed as a pick'em, and I understand why. Germany is beat up, but let's take a look at how both sides got here. The fact of the matter is, Wayne Rooney and the English side have only scored 2 goals. They've only scored 2 goals in 3 matches. I like the Germans' resiliency in matches like this. It's same old, same old. Every tournament, Euro or World Cup, we always hear, you know what, the Germans are going to be really good in 4 years. They're going to be really good. They've got a great young team. This is a different German team. More international flavor on this team. They're looking to open things up a little bit more. I like the creativity, and I like the resiliency over England in a basic pick. I'm going to be taking a look at a lot of unders over the weekend as well. We saw that the goals started to come a little bit more frequently in the second and third matches. Now we're to the knockout stage. It's not about goal differentials. It's just about winning matches. I'm going to be taking a look at the unders, specifically in USA, Ghana, and Uruguay and South Korea. Now, let's take a look at Fedor Emelianenko and Fabricio Verdum. Is Fabricio Verdum the top contender in the world to be fighting Fedor? Probably not, but it doesn't mean that he can't win. You got to believe that one of these nights, Fedor is just going to get bored and not show up. I think a lot of the underdogs are worth a sprinkle on Saturday night from San Jose as it's Strikeforce, but not on Finney. Cyborg Santos, minus 3,300. I haven't seen a favorite like this ever, and I've been covering the fight game for a long time. Cyborg Santos, the biggest favorite I've ever seen. It's like playing a lottery ticket, laying it down on Finney. You're better off playing a lottery ticket than laying it down on Finney. But I'm going to be laying it down on Pat Healy. Now, if I asked you, which fighter on this card has beaten Carlos Condit? Which fighter on this card has beaten Dan Hardy and Paul Daly? Would the answer be Pat Healy? Probably not, but it is. Pat Bam Bam Healy has a legitimate puncher's chance against Josh Thompson. Great value. And I also like the value with Scott Smith as well. Interleague baseball play winds down and wraps up another year. Joe Torre and the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the New York Yankees. Doesn't get much better than that, especially with Joe Torre's career winding down. Now we've got Clayton Kershaw, a great young southpaw, taking on Andy Pettitte on Sunday night. That's going to be great stuff. I'm going to have my eye on that. Unfortunately, in Toronto, baseball fans won't have their eye on Doc Holliday and the Philadelphia Phillies against the Toronto Blue Jays. So the geniuses, the Major League Baseball schedule makers, decided to schedule this series across the street from the G20 Summit, which is basically stupider than spending $1 billion on security for a 2-day summit. Now, not a lot has been made about this outside of the Toronto market, but the fact of the matter is, forget about the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, the Blue Jays aren't going to be competing for a playoff spot when it's all said and done. But you know who is competing for a playoff spot? The Philadelphia Phillies. You know who's competing for a playoff spot? The Florida Marlins, the New York Mets, the Atlanta Braves, and the Philadelphia Phillies have just gotten an extra 3 home games. It's going to be a great weekend of sports, people. I hope you lay it down. I hope you cash it. I hope you win. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. May the winners be yours.